Hello, good afternoon. In morning lecture, we have already started abrasive water jet machining process, where we studied the its working principle, experimental setup, operation of abrasive water jet machining, different elements. Those are used in experimental setup of the abrasive water jet machining. Then also we have covered the applications, then advantages, right? This part is covered in last lecture. Now in this part, we have to focus on what are the different process parameters that you have to consider while carrying out the machining operation by using the abrasive water jet machining process. So that analysis is called as a parametric analysis. What are the input parameters you must have to consider in order to study the effect on the output parameter? That analysis it will be carried out is called as a parametric analysis. Also, you have to study the effect of these all process parameters on the performance of abrasive water jet machining. That performance it may be in terms of the material removal, depth of the cut, right? So these will be the output parameters. We have to study the effect on this output parameter by the input process parameter. Now see this diagram. I think in water jet machining or an abrasive jet machining, we see this such kind of the diagram. It is also called as a fishbone diagram, right? Or it also called as a cause and effect diagram. This will be the effect, and to achieve that effect, these are the causes. So this diagram it is also called as a cause and effect diagram, and this is also called as a fishbone because the structure is look like as a fishbone. If you are consider abrasive water jet machining, the major parameters those are affecting on the performance of this machining process. There will be water, nozzle, workpiece, abrasive, feed mechanism, cutting parameters, and mixing tube. These are the input main parameters. If we are changing this parameter, ultimately it will change the output parameters. Which are the output parameter? That is the machining rate, quality of the cut, curve quality, and depth of the cut. Depth of the cut it is the output parameter we have to measure. And another parameter that is a machining rate, that is the material removal rate. These are the two main output parameter we have to consider under this process. As far as water is to be concerned as the input parameter, in case of the water, you may regulate the flow rate, you may regulate the pressure of the water. If you are consider the nozzle, then which parameter it will be changing? Its material, it may affect the performance. The cross section of the nozzle, it also affect the performance of the machining process. If you are considering the workpiece, where you must think about the properties of the material, its hardness, its ductility or brittleness. That property you must have to consider. It will be related with water. And now we are dealing with abrasive because this is a combination of abrasive plus water. So this process is called as a abrasive water jet machining. If we are considering about the abrasive, in case of the abrasive, you must think about which type of abrasive we have to use. What will be the size of the abrasive particles? How much flow rate you can change to check the performance on output? At the same time, we must require something information regarding the feeding system of the abrasive through the nozzle. So what will be the cross section? What will the material used for the nozzle? As far as cutting parameters is to be considered, the main input parameters Those are related with the cutting. Those are number of passes, feed rate of the nozzle, angle of cutting, SOD and NTD. What is SOD? Stand up distance, or NTD means nozzle tip distance. It is the distance between the tip of the nozzle to the upper surface of the workpiece. Mainly these are considered as the input parameter and these are output parameter. There is a machining rate and a depth of cut. Another one important parameter which affect the performance of the abrasive jet machining, that is a mixing tube. If mixing tube is to be considered, you have to vary its diameter, you may change its length. So these are all the input parameters and they are having impact on this output parameter. So it will be called as effect and these are the causes. Because of these causes, this effect is to be happen. So this diagram is called as a cause and effect diagram. As the structure look like a fish bone, right? माशाचा सापळ्यासारखं दिसतंय म्हणून ह्याला fish bone diagram देखील म्हणतात. So you may draw this diagram, fishbone diagram for the abrasive water jet machining. We are dealing with these input parameters and machining rate and depth of cut as a output parameter as far as abrasive water jet machining is contained in your syllabus. Draw this fishbone diagram, you will take the time. Okay, we will move forward. And the first parameter that will have effect on the machining of the workpiece by using a abrasive water jet machining process, that is the abrasive water jet pressure. Means how much is the pressure of the abrasive water jet, in order how that pressure it will affect on a depth of cut. If you are consider this pressure, this will be a lowest pressure, it will be called as a critical pressure, right? And as we goes on increasing this pressure, we are increasing the pressure, and with the same time, if you are goes on increasing the abrasive flow rate, what is happening? The depth of cut in it also increases up to a certain value of the pressure. Means there will be an approximately linear relationship between abrasive jet pressure and depth of cut. As abrasive water jet pressure goes on increasing, it will increase the depth of cut and it will be minimum at this pressure, and that pressure is called as a critical pressure. But what condition you have to maintain? As we goes on increasing the abrasive water jet pressure, along with that pressure you have to increase this arrow. Observe this arrow. You have to increase the abrasive flow rate. It is in kg per minute. एका मिनिटाला kg मध्ये तुम्हाला फ्लो रेट वाढवावा लागेल. कशाचा? ॲब्रेसिव्हचा, वॉटरच्या प्रेशर बरोबर. तरच तुमचा डेप्थ ऑफ कट हा वाढत जाईल. Okay, I think this diagram is a self-explanatory. You draw this diagram. First parameter, write down abrasive water jet pressure. Draw this diagram, and if possible, you write its description in short, that as we goes on increasing abrasive water jet pressure along with the abrasive flow rate, definitely the depth of cut it also increases in case of a abrasive water jet machining process. Draw this diagram. Okay, we'll move forward. That description it will be given in a slide. Critical pressure, below this pressure no cutting it will be takes place, because it is a very small pressure, and at that pressure we are not getting the high velocity jet of water, abrasive jet. So if you are not getting the high velocity abrasive water jet, then the possibility of machining of the surface of the workpiece it will be less. So below the critical pressure, there will be no possibility of a cutting takes place. And this critical pressure it will be different for different workpiece material. If you are changing the material of the workpiece, the value of the critical pressure it will be changing. It also depends on workpiece properties like its ductility, its hardness, right? Its thermal conductivity. So this critical pressure it will be based on material of the workpiece. On the same time, it will be based on the properties of the workpiece. Above definite jet pressure, machine depth tends to stabilize. Means as you goes on increasing the pressure, water jet pressure, definitely the machining depth it will be remains constant after the particular pressure if you are achieved. After that, machining depth it will be remains constant. It will be a relationship with the machine depth if you are consider the steeper relationship with the higher abrasive flow rate. Means if you are increasing the abrasive flow rate, the depth of the cut it will be become more steeper. That will be the related with the machining depth. Means if you are increasing the abrasive flow rate, it will increasing the depth of cut. Increased pressure will leads to higher cost of pump maintenance, lower efficiency, and higher nozzle wear rate. Sorry, that is, if you are increasing the water jet pressure, definitely to increase the pressure we require the high capacity of the pump, and it will require the high capacity of a motor, right? If we have to utilizing certain high capacity pump, then there will be a requirement of a maintenance of such heavy duty pump. So its a maintenance cost it will increases. At high pressure, when you are operating with the pump, whatever the nozzle you are using, the material of the nozzle it may be not withstand for a longer time with a certain high pressure. So efficiency it will be decreases, and the because of a wearing of the wear and tear of the material of the nozzle, the reliability or life of the nozzle it will be reduces. This is about the water jet pressure. See here, water jet pressure. What is this diagram? X-axis it will show the water jet pressure in megapascal, and y-axis it will be related with the depth of cut. These are the critical pressure, lowermost pressure, right? And D1 and D2, these are the diameter of the nozzle. Where D1 it is a greater than D2. If the nozzle diameter goes on increases, right? Nozzle diameter goes on increases, no doubt. D1 is a larger than D2. So D1 is a larger diameter. And if you are observing regarding this arrow, as nozzle diameter goes on decreases because D2 is a less than D1. If you are taken a D3, it will be over here. No doubt, with increase in the water jet pressure, as water jet pressure goes on increasing, with the reducing nozzle diameter, the depth of the cut or machining capacity of the abrasive water jet machining, it will be increases. So this diagram or graph, it will shows if you are increasing the water jet pressure, with that, if you are reducing the diameter of the nozzle, definitely the material remove rate, it will be increases, or depth of the cut in it will also increases with the increase in the water jet pressure. Draw this diagram. Effect of water jet pressure on a depth of cut. Okay, I think it is over. Now, effect of abrasive flow rate. Right, abrasive flow rate means water flow rate and abrasive water jet. Its effect on depth of cut or material remove rate we have to study. If you are considering water flow rate, water that is a propelling fluid which enables high abrasive flow rate up to 5 kg per minute. So with this high flow rate of abrasive slurry up to 5 kg per minute, we are getting the velocity of the abrasive. It will be up to 300 meter per second. If you are observing abrasive water jet, in case of abrasive water jet systems, there will be a coherent, more stable for the cutting, where discharge Q dash, that is the water flow rate, it will be proportional to square root of the P. What is the P? That will be the water jet pressure. And flow rate of the water, that is the Q dash, water flow rate, it will be directly proportional to dn square. What is the n? N for nozzle. What is the d? D for diameter. So abrasive flow rate, it will help to increase the velocity of a abrasive jet, and which will improve the cutting of the material or workpiece. And as you goes on increasing the uh, water flow rate, the pressure, it will increases the pressure, and it will directly proportional to square of the diameter of the nozzle. Write down this information, note down effect of a abrasive flow rate on a material remove rate, or there will be relationship between water flow rate and the water jet pressure and nozzle diameter. Okay, moving to the next slide. If machine depth, it will be directly proportional to the V square, PV square into M, right? And above critical value of the pressure, MC, it will give mass flow rate, it will be give the reduced depth of cut, right? So increase in mass flow rate of the abrasive. Hello, hello. Anybody have a query? Yes. काय शंका विचारायची का कोणाला? Okay. The selection of the type of the abrasive, it also affect the machining performance of a abrasive water jet machining. Before that, one point is remaining. Increase in EM dash, there will be a increase in the wear of mixing nozzle and decreasing the efficiency of the mixing. So that with increase in EM dash, right, there will be a increase in the wear of nozzle and it decreases the efficiency of the mixing. The selection of the type of the abrasive, it will be based on these parameters: cost of abrasive, nozzle wear rate, environmental factors, considerations, machining rate, and what will be the strength of the abrasive particles. Right, the selection of the type of the abrasive, it will depend on cost of abrasive. Write these 3 to 4 points. Okay. If you are studying the effect of abrasive flow rate, right, based on the type of the abrasive you are using, and as we changing the type of the abrasive, and its flow rate, definitely it will have an effect on a depth of cut of the workpiece. If you are consider here, this will be the glass braid. This is one of the type of the abrasive. Silica sand, another type of the abrasive. Granite sand, alumina, right? As we goes on increasing the abrasive flow rate, there will be a different nature of the graphs you have observe. Those are having a different depth of cut, right? For the different type of the abrasive, with changing their abrasive flow rate, definitely there will be a change in nature of depth of cut or change in nature of material removal. It will be observed in case of a abrasive water jet machining. So draw this diagram which will show the effect of a abrasive flow rate with a different kind of the abrasive on a depth of cut or material remove rate. Draw this diagram neatly. So alumina it will having a greater effect as its a flow rate it will be increasing, it will be kg per minute. As we go on increasing flow rate, definitely depth of cut it will get a higher value. It will be less depth of cut for the glass bed. As we go on increasing the abrasive flow rate, right? At the lowest abrasive flow rate, we are getting depth of cut 10. At highest abrasive flow rate, we are getting the depth of cut, it will be a 15, right? As depth of cut, it will be goes on along the y-axis, and abrasive flow rate, it will goes on along the x-axis. Draw this diagram.
Hello, sir.
Yes.
Sir,
Ha,
your
Pooja.
screen is not visible.
Screen is not visible.
No, sir.
Just a bit. Now, hello. Ha, Pooja.
No, sir.
Now this, is it visible? Unmute yourself, Pooja, no problem.
No, sir, not visible.
Just a bit, then I have to check. From which slide it will be not visible? From this current slide or 2 to 3 slide before of this? Hello, Pooja. Now is it visible?
Yes, sir, visible.
Okay. You might have observed this slide or not?
Yes, sir, observe.
All right. Okay. Now see here. Now it is visible now, right? Okay. As we goes on increase, as we goes on going to study the effect of abrasive flow rate, right? We have to study the effect of abrasive flow rate on a depth of the cut, right? On x-axis, we are taking the abrasive flow rate in kg per minute, and on y-axis, we have taken the depth of cut or material remove rate in mm, right? And we have to study the effect of the different type of the abrasive particles, abrasive materials. As we have to increase the flow rate of the abrasive, definitely there will be increase in a depth of cut, and there will different depth of cut for the different type of the abrasive particles. From this slide, we come to conclusion that as we goes on increasing the abrasive flow rate, definitely there will be a increase in the depth of cut, and this depth of cut it will be different for a different abrasive materials. Is it clear? Draw this diagram. These are the different materials of the abrasive: glass bed, silica sand, granite sand, alumina. Alumina gives the better performance in case of the depth of cut with increase in abrasive flow rate. With increase in abrasive flow rate as compared to the glass bed. Okay. The abrasive particle size, it should be a optimum one. If you are selecting the fine particles, it will be utilized for the shallow depth of the cut or fine depth of the cut. You use the fine abrasive particles. If you want to remove the material in large quantity, that is a high depth of cut, you if you required higher depth of cut, at that time you go for the porous particles, and there will be a different sizes of the abrasives. Those are available, and we can choose their sizes by considering different depth of the cut. Means as per the requirement of the depth of cut, you may choose the sizes of the abrasive, as abrasives are available in different variants in their size. We may use the abrasive material that will be a machine depth, whatever you are getting. It will be mainly based on a type of the abrasive particles those you are using, right? Means whatever the machine depth or metal remove rate, it may depend on which type of the abrasive material you are using, and what will be the size of this abrasive particle, whether it will be a we may show fine or it may porous. If fine particles are there, shallow depth it will be observed. If porous particle you are using, it will shows higher depth of the cut. Just read this slide. Diagram is not clear image is not available in this diagram. I will explain. If you are considering the effect of a transfer speed, it may be a transfer speed of a nozzle, or it may be a transfer speed of the workbench where you are mounting the workpiece. If goes on increasing the transfer rate, what is happening? The depth of cut it will reduces. If transfer rate is a slower one or minimum one, at that time you are getting a higher depth of cut. But as we increasing the transfer speed in mm per second, सेकंदाला ठराविक एम जर तुम्ही ट्रान्सफर स्पीड वाढवतच गेला तर डेप्थ ऑफ कट तुमचा हळूहळू कमी होत जाणार आहे. Also there will be a optimum range of a transfer rate, right? It will be shown by this diagram, and there will be an increase in area of generation. Area generation rate it will be a increases, and it will be shown on y-axis. What this diagram it will indicates, as we goes on increasing the transfer rate, definitely the depth of cut it will goes on decreasing, but area generation rate it will be increases up to a certain level with increase in a transfer rate. इथून पाहाल तर हळूहळू जसं जसा ट्रान्सफर रेट वाढतोय तसा तसा एरिया जनरेशन रेट पण वाढतोय. and this the curve within this two straight line, it will be shows the optimum range of a transfer rate. It will shows where you are getting highest area generation rate. After this range of the transfer rate, optimum range, as you goes on increasing the transfer rate, area of generation rate, it goes on decreasing with increase in transfer rate. So these two diagrams are self-explanatory. It will show the effect of a transfer speed on a depth of cut. At the same time, it's a effect on a area generation rate for the optimum range of a transfer rate. Draw this diagram also. Okay, we'll move for next slide. I think all slides are over. Right. So from morning lecture, we are dealing with the abrasive water jet machining. In first part, we have covered application of abrasive in different machining process. Then we see the working principle, material removal mechanism, and specific application of a water jet machining. Working principle and specific application of water jet machining. Then we deal with the second part. What are the experimental setup used for abrasive, and what are the different elements those are used in a abrasive water jet machining? These are the elements. We see the different type of the nozzle. In elements, we are studying with the pumping system, abrasive feed system, abrasive jet nozzle, and catcher. We study each element in detail in last lecture. Now, what is the catcher we have studied? In this lecture, we will cover what are the different process parameter, and we have to carry out parametric analysis in case of a water jet machining by using the fishbone diagram, or it also called as the cause and effect diagram. All these input parameters, they are having a certain effect on these output parameters. We study the effect of some of these input parameters on output parameter. Output parameter we are considering as a depth of the cut. Depth of the cut we have considered as a output parameter. And input parameter you may choose feed rate, right? Pressure, water pressure, right? Abrasive water jet pressure. Then water jet pressure, only abrasive water jet. Second, water jet pressure, abrasive flow rate, effect of the abrasive flow rate on the depth of cut, abrasive particle size, material of the abrasive, it also affect the performance of the depth of cut, also transfer speed of the workpiece. or nozzle. So in this way, the abrasive water jet machining, that part we have covered in details. Now we will see, is it sufficient for today's lecture, or shall we continue with the difference between abrasive water jet machining and water jet machining? Please reply. Okay, I will start with the difference between water jet machining and abrasive water jet machining. You have to study the similarities and difference between them. Just we'll take a recap. In detail, we will focus in next lecture. As we are dealing with water jet machining and abrasive water jet machining, both are the mechanical energy based, non-traditional processes, right? So both are having a wide variety of applications. It may be used from metallic industry to non-metal, plastic, textile, and leather industries also. Water jet machining, this will be the block diagram. Average jet machining, this will be the nozzle jet diagram. What is the similarities between water jet machining and abrasive water jet machining? For both these process, we require the pump and the in order to increase the pressure on carrier medium, we require the intensifier. वॉटर जेट मशीनिंग आणि ॲब्रेसिव्ह वॉटर जेट मशीनिंगमध्ये तुम्हाला पंप आणि इंटेन्सिफायर हा पाहिजेच. Water pressure, it will remains more or less same for the both the process. Water jet machining, it is a one part of the abrasive water jet machining. So we require the pressurized water. It is having a little bit more or lower range as compared to the specific water jet machining process. But for the both the process, we require the water pressure. Typically, that range of the water pressure, it may vary between the 2500 to 4000 bar in both the cases. And the velocity of the abrasive water jet, it will be coming out from the nozzle. It will be remains constant near about 900 to 1000 meter per second. Means within this range, the high velocity abrasive water jet or water jet you are getting, and that will be responsible for removing the material from the workpiece. In both the water jet machining and abrasive water jet machining, you require the catcher in order to avoid the breakage of the reservoir. A nozzle is designed in both the processes to convert pressure energy of either water or water abrasive mixture into kinetic energy. Means, in case of a water jet machining, you require the nozzle in order to convert the pressure energy of water into high velocity of a water jet. And in case of a abrasive water jet machining, you are getting a mixture of abrasive and water at the inlet of the nozzle, and at the outlet of the nozzle you are getting a high velocity abrasive jet. So in both the cases, we must require the nozzle in order to convert the pressure energy of a working fluid into its kinetic energy, right? So these are the similarities between water jet machining and abrasive water jet machining. You write these similarities between water jet machining and abrasive water jet machining. Write down these points. Have you written these points? Write these 2 points. Add these 2 points in similarities between water jet machining and abrasive water jet machining. All of you write your roll number in chat box for the attendance purpose. With this, we will stop over here for this today's lecture. In this lecture, we have covered the parametric analysis in abrasive jet machining, effect of different process parameter on a depth of cut or material remove rate in case of abrasive jet machining. Now we will start with the similarities and difference between water jet machining and abrasive water jet machining. Just we have covered similarities between the water jet machining and abrasive jet machining. In next lecture, uh, we will compare abrasive jet machining with the abrasive water jet machining with the water jet machining. So we will stop over here. Anybody have any query regarding this coverage of the articles or points? Girish, Vaibhav, many of the people just came inside and left within 5 to 6 minutes. I am recording this call so I can easily identify who are just joining and left the meeting.